Hello and welcome to Sabine's Fun Table, where we talk about important subject while we're drinking wine and eating cheese. But first, I must warn you, we might become a little bit tipsy. We might even shock you, but we're still gonna look good and fabulous while doing it. I'm Sabine Mondestin, and let me introduce you my host today.
Hello, I'm Janna, Katz. Pleasure to be here.
Hello everyone, I'm Alina.
Hello, I am Trish Rainone. Hi, my name is Alina Christensen. It's a pleasure to be here.
So ladies, we are talking about an important subject today. Is it possible to find love in 2019 and to stay in love while we have all the social media, Instagram, Tinder, Facebook?
Yes.
But first, we are gonna need some wine. So let me call my Cupid. Cupid, what are we drinking today?
We're drinking some Budapest, and it's both rich, juicy, and red wine.
And is it a local wine?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Ooh.
please come and
Bring
serve
it
us.
A little taste of the
Yes, a little bit. Slowly, like give a smile to the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like
Which
and
is
then it's just like
Behind my shoulder?
Yeah.
Episode 1.
Is it possible to find love and stay in love in 2019?
Yeah, like are you
Yes.
saying it's easy to access love or it's easy to access a ton of partners?
A ton of partners.
That's what I feel like,
There's
yeah,
difference.
there's
Exactly.
just so many
yeah.
options. It's hard to stick with one.
Yeah.
And it's that what they call FOMO, fear of
missing out.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a lot of scientists have even said that when we're presented with more choices and more overwhelming choice, we actually make worse decisions. And
Exactly.
it's a lot more difficult to make decisions that way. So yeah, we have like everything at our fingertips, but people are still finding that they're having more and more difficulty. So it's like, if that is the case, why isn't it getting easier?
But don't you think sometimes Tinders work? What do you think, Alina?
All right, guys, the spotlight is on me.
Dish it out.
Let's hear your
Oh
Tinder
my
story.
God. Okay, I'm gonna dish it out. This is something I was talking about with the girls that I think Tinder needs to work on. I think Tinder needs to do a much more stricter pre-screening process. Because it seems like anyone and their grandmother is on Tinder. You can find
Grandmothers
anybody.
on Tinder.
Grandmothers, grandfathers,
Grandmothers on-
uncles, aunts, anybody. And you are literally filtering out, and I'm sorry, not sorry, but you're literally filtering out the 99% bad ones.
I think in general concept of whenever we are bored, or everybody knows Tinder is more for a hookup in a sense, right?
It has that
but
reputation.
why did
It does.
say
I
that?
think
I
overall
always
people
wondered
are looking
why.
for love. I think that
Yeah.
if my intention is to find love, my first instinct is not to go on Tinder, because Tinder is one, you know,
So you
to have
think
fun
Tinder,
and
but sometimes a very good night of sex. I'm sorry, but good sex and love.
Are we talking about sex or are we talking about love? Because I mean,
Very
For me,
different
it's the
things.
same.
Wow.
So, like you cannot fall in love with someone that it's not working well on the bed.
You have to have like a really good sexual chemistry to be in love and stay in love, and it's important to have a healthy sex life. I've dated people who I care about, and I think they're good people, but if the sex wasn't there, I'm
there's
like,
no attraction. Yeah.
I can't
Right.
stay.
However, sex is at least something that you can work on. If you have really great sex with somebody, but you realize over time that they're not a good person, or
You get
that
bored
you don't get
after,
along,
you
that
can't fix
it-
a person. You can fix sex.
Yes, it doesn't matter how good it is. If
Can
you
we
know.
fix sex really?
I don't know. I feel like with
Because-
certain people you can if they're willing.
Yes.
Because
But, you
without
know,
going
how do you tell a
into
guy they're not good at sex?
some people
There's chemistry. There's initial chemistry.
Yes.
Because if you
Yes.
don't
Said
have
it.
chemistry, if there's not that body like that, you like want to smell them,
Oh,
right?
yes,
you just
the
want to
smell.
So if the smell and just like the touch and the body, the physical. If it's not there, you can tell. However, whatever you like. it's not gonna be the chemistry, it's not gonna go, you're gonna get frustrated in the bed, right? Because it's not, but if there is chemistry in that body and then there's something that you wanna tell them, oh, I like this or I like that, that can be maybe guided.
True. So things can be guided but not changed.
Not changed.
So is it possible to find love on Tinder?
It is.
So,
It is. And I mean, I was a disbeliever like many other people. And what happened is that we met, right? The first time, okay? And we were gonna meet in person to go on a date. And then I had one of those days like every other woman or even man went through. I was depressed. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I shut off all the apps. And then a year later, I'm like, okay, I'm bored, like every other regular person.
I'm
right?
ready.
We're being,
We're
being honest here, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's been doing it.
Yeah.
I came back on one day, I logged on. He was the first person that messaged me and said,
Really?
what happened to you? I thought we were
was
going to
waiting.
meet and go on a date.
Wow.
And
A
then
year
so you
later.
waited.
I felt awful, and then he's like, that's it. Let's meet now. Let's go
Wow.
on a date. And
my
ever
God.
since then,
Really? So he just put the pressure
Like it was
on
meant
you.
to be.
it was meant
Yeah.
to be.
I find that people don't know how to approach women online. You know, I have so many like, I find that people don't know how to approach women online. You know, I have so many like dick pics. But I can have a collection with size, nationalities, like, you know, I'm not gonna go there,
Dick
but
pic is not an opener.
it's not an opener, but
No.
also like, hey, how
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you have any stories on funny ways that guys approaches you online?
Well,
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
on
you
Bumble
do.
right now, and I have to do the approaching on Bumble, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to say to this guy. I don't want to like impress him, so I say, hey,
So you do the
and
approaching
Bumble
on Bumble.
tells me, yeah, because on Bumble you have to do the approaching as the woman, and or you lose the match, and Bumble tells me you're being boring. That's a terrible.
Oh, they don't.
Please. No. One second. I need to put a... Bumble told
tells
you
me-
you're boring.
It did this just last night. I swiped a guy and I go, hey. It's like, I'm not trying hard for a guy. You're lucky if you get me. I'm not trying hard to get you.
It's like reversing the roles.
Yes. So I'm just like, hey, that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
And it tells me, yeah, you might want to rethink that opener.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Bumble told you
wow.
that. Oh my God.
I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll just say hey. and see
What
how-
about you? What about you? I want to hear
Okay.
stories.
Yes. So I feel like I'm a little bit more traditional in this sense that I really appreciate when a guy has the courage to come up and talk to a woman. And I'm not talking about online, I'm talking about in person. That takes balls. Anybody can pick up a phone and swipe or send a hey or what's up or whatever. It's a completely different situation. And then, yeah, the approaches online, it's like, I just feel like I like it when a guy shows effort initially, you know, like that chivalry. Like, I still like to see that in a guy. I feel like a lot of guys have forgotten the chase.
Yes.
Like, they don't want to do that
Because it's so
pursuit
easy,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just so easy.
It depends also what a woman puts up on the pictures and what she exudes. If you know somebody, if you're putting something boring, then the guys will swipe and not be interested.
So Trish, you have
Yes.
an interesting story about Tinder.
Yeah, so recently what I did was I was walking one day and I grabbed this like massive sandwich because it was $6 at the grocery store, and all these sandwiches were really small and the same price. So I was like, I'm getting the one on the full loaf of bread. But then I was walking and I was kind of embarrassed walking down the street eating this like massive sandwich. I was like, I am a disaster right now. I think I was hungover. I had on like a puffery tube, no makeup, like purple socks and purple jogging pants, and just like a disaster. So I thought, I'm going to take a series of selfies and make this my entire Tinder profile. So I put like 10 photos of me like mowing down on this sandwich. And I've never gotten so many matches.
I was gonna
Oh
say,
my
that's
God.
when you get hit the most.
No,
Let's get
it's
on.
where like,
Not yet.
I want to take you out. I want to buy you food. I want to
I can connect to you.
They
And I was like, normally I cannot get get a guy to buy me anything other than his like half-eaten bag of pistachios from lunch.
But do you notice that when you have your ponytail on, you got your sweats? I think that they think you're the most approachable because they're not. I think that's
very
what it is.
natural.
That's
Approachable, and they're like
Yes.
because also like we think about, oh, is he not interested? Guys also feel nervous.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yes.
So they feel nervous about.
They have insecurities too.
Of course, absolutely. And so making that first move.
Yeah.
And when and the girl is done up and you're walking and you're thinking, oh, why is he not asking me out, or why is he not? What they you kind of get the looks or whatever. But why is he not? Because they're also nervous and afraid to.
Yeah.
And when you got the most down to earth look, the girl next door, that's when they feel
The girl
they
eating a
don't.
massive
They're not as
sandwich.
they don't feel massive sandwich. They don't.
Either
Open
that,
wide.
either that or the
Open wide.
sandwich looked like a dip.
They're not. That's what I said.
What did you say? Say it again. Say it
I
again.
said either that or the sandwich looked like a dip.
What kind of sausage were you eating?
Oh my god.
So
But they don't
maybe,
feel like rejection, right? Like that's
maybe it's a good idea to take Tinder profile pictures with a sausage in your mouth.
hot dogs all around.
I don't know. It's an idea.
This is the newest thing now. Subway
Oh my God.
Subway commercial.
A Subway commercial. That's good.
9 inches.
6-inch, 12-inch. What's going on here?
No. 9 inches, it's not good because they're gonna feel insecure. So you don't put the 9 inches sausage in your mouth. You don't do that. Not at once. A 6 inches sausage in your mouth. That's good for your profile picture.
What are we talking about?
It's the wine. It's the wine.
Are we still looking for
love? Okay, let's go back.
That's
Let's go back. So, do you still think love is possible? Because the thing is, I was listening to a video, and they were saying that it's impossible to stay in love. It's possible to fall in love, but stay in love because there's so many competition. Like, there's a lot of men, they don't realize that when they have a girlfriend, you don't go and like other women's pictures. Like all the very sexy women pictures. You don't do that because it's not that the woman is insecure. It's about
disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. So a lot of guys doesn't understand that you don't do those
They
things.
try to argue that it means nothing.
Yeah, they say,
Like,
oh, you're so insecure. So do you think it's still possible? It's still some men who really realize that this is not something you do. You don't do that. You don't go and you don't add your ex-girlfriend. Would you be okay if your man add his ex-girlfriend? Like, what do you think about that?
The whole X thing is weird these days because they're so accessible. They're right there through instant message, and all of my exes come back. They want to hang out. They want me to meet their new girlfriends and come over and hang out with them. And I'm like, this is too weird.
In a sense, if they're not focusing
It's a
on
no,
their
people.
girlfriend,
No.
It's just like so acceptable now to
is
have
so
your
no.
exes and message them. And I feel like you have to close one door, especially when it's an ex and there's emotional connections involved.
Right,
I
yeah.
feel like people really do need to block their exes sometimes, and I'm all about blocking exes.
Block.
Yeah, and there's a difference between like, I wouldn't say that like a guy liking other girls' photos is like such a terrible thing. I can like guys' photos, you
Or
know,
hot
it might
babes photos. I like hot girls photos all the time.
Yes, exactly. But it's different when you're messaging them and leaving comments and stuff like that. Then I think
So,
that's pushing it too far.
Let me just understand. You say you'd be okay if your man, let's say if you're in a relationship,
Yeah.
and your guy go and like a girl who shows her backside, like, oh, look at me, you know? So, would you be okay if he goes and like, oh, you're so hot? Would you be okay?
Oh, if he said you're so
Yeah,
hot,
I
I'd be
think
like,
that's pushing
That's
it.
a little bit
Okay.
unacceptable.
Oh, so
Yeah.
if he only likes it, you'd be okay with that?
As
No,
long as
real.
you set your
We have to be
boundaries,
real here.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have some
yeah.
wine. Real. Would you be okay?
okay.
I'd be
If
upset.
he's
I think naturally
excessive,
Yeah, if he's
doing it.
excessively
If
doing
it's
it
every
then that's a
day and you're
problem.
looking at who he's looking at or liking and you're
Yeah.
seeing
Following,
constantly bikini babe, bikini babe,
Yeah.
bikini babe, bikini babe. I had a boyfriend ask me at dinner. He was sitting there. This is a guy I was dating long distance. I went to Los Angeles to spend some time with him. He introduced me to his friends. We went to dinner and he's scrolling a bikini babes photo and he goes to his friend. I'm sitting there. I'm meeting his friends for the first time. There's a couple of other couples and he goes, look at this chick.
Oh
and I
my
look
God.
over, and it's this like bikini babe, and I'm like,
Who does that?
But
And
then
I
you
just
know
think,
that
oh
they're
my
not
God.
taking you seriously.
Yeah,
They're
and
not
yeah.
looking
Yeah.
at you. There's, guys like to have that little hot girl by their side to have fun with. But
Yeah,
then
like
when
you're
they want to be
introducing.
serious and the love that we're talking
And
about,
you didn't kill
they're
him.
not. No, but
You didn't have. I need to know.
Did you have a rope?
right?
I just gave him a look, and he goes like this. He goes, "What, are you jealous because her boobs are bigger than yours?"
Oh my God.
Wow, yeah.
Hold on.
I'm like, I
That's
do
so
not care
disrespectful.
about boobs being bigger
Yeah.
than
It's
mine.
about
Like,
disrespectful.
come
You're
on.
not gonna sit
I'm not
there
worried
and
about
look
that.
at,
Honey,
like,
you
a
have
guy
nothing
with a
to be
six
jealous
pack.
of.
No,
Yeah.
you are beautiful.
No. Yeah.
But I was like,
No.
come on, like you're right in front of me and we're at a dinner. There's
So
a time and there's a
disrespectful.
place. And
Yeah.
it's like, I think these people do this to cause jealousy.
Or the
Yes.
drama. They
Yeah.
get
Also, that's
off
not
on
the kind of
drama.
person
There
you
are
wanna be
some
with.
people.
Yeah,
right?
right?
They
So-
do
It
that.
makes them feel better because you're jealous about, like, they feel important. Look at her, she's jealous of me. I'm such a big
wants
shot.
me.
But would you be okay if you met me?
No. Well, my man, I first of all wouldn't go as far as being in a serious relationship with somebody that's gonna sit beside me and disrespect me like that. That's just the boundaries you set. What you allow to happen in yourself, it is what how you look at
Absolutely.
yourself in a sense. If what you're okay
Yeah.
with, whatever it is, whether it's looking at a picture or how you're treated
Yes.
and your expectations, it's how much you look at yourself and what you allow. It's a reflection of what you think of yourself. And so I would
Absolutely.
never
Yes.
allow a guy to do that unless I'm also looking at him as, hey, we're having fun, who cares?
But a lot of guys will say, or you have to pay half of the bill because now we're not in this society where the
Yes.
men have
Then you
to
don't
pay.
want him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had
you-
boyfriends who say,
you
you
want
know, we're
interesting-
50-50 all the time.
On the first
Yeah.
date.
This is how it's going to
Yeah.
be. Well, usually on the first date, they'll
Yeah.
pay, and then after that, if we enter a relationship, they're like, hey, we're going to always do like 50-50, right?
Yeah.
And they're the first to brag about making over 100 grand a year, and
Yeah.
they don't have kids, they don't have a ton of bills, yet they're telling me I have to pay 50-50. I feel like
Right.
it's a complicated situation when they know you're struggling.
Yeah.
But it's not about being a gold digger.
Listen,
So that's-
I'm old school, you know?
Yes.
And any
Yeah.
man that I know, my father, my brother,
Yeah.
my uncles, they've always paid for a nice
Yes,
meal.
100%.
And nothing to expect from it.
Yeah.
And I've had that where the guy was like, "What are you gonna give me?" I'm like, "Excuse me?
Well, it's
Like
a good
full
process
blown,
of
what are you
elimination.
going to
What,
give me?
what is
Yeah.
that supposed to mean?"
My company, my pleasure, my
Yeah.
pleasure of being
What has
here.
this world
But-
come to?
Yeah, what is it? And honest to God,
Yeah.
I've been in situations where it's fright or flight. And I have ran. I've called a cab
No.
and I've ran
You
home.
just gotta run.
You gotta run. Run, ladies.
You gotta
Just
run.
run.
So let's talk about a little bit of the stories of dating. I know that you have a story.
Yes.
Let's hear
So
it. Yeah.
so I do date a lot of the types where they're like, you know, we're gonna pay 50-50, let's split the bills halfway, yada yada yada. Then recently this guy was like, hey, you're a beautiful lady, I'm gonna take you out for like a nice dinner in Yorkville, which is the fanciest area, I guess, in Toronto. So I'm thinking, I've never had someone offer to take me out for a fancy dinner on the first date. This is rare. Now they're taking you for like a pint, and you're lucky if they pay for the pint.
I think my expectations are too
Yeah.
high.
So I go for the dinner, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be great. He's like, get whatever wine you want, and then he starts sweating a bit, and he seems really nervous. And he's like, okay, yeah, let's order this, and then he tells me, by the way, I washed my wallet today. So
Like it
not
went through the wash.
apparently.
What happens? So what happens to plastic? Who carries cash anymore?
I know, and he's like, and cash is plastic these days. Like the bills
absolutely.
in Canada are plastic. I'm
Yeah,
like, why don't we
anywhere.
just wash off that? That makes no sense.
Right.
Like, why did you have to make me come out to Yorkville? And I was like, it's okay, I've got my wallet, and we ended up splitting it. But his whole thing was, he said he had some cash, but this is all I have left to my name until I get all new cards and all this and that. And
So
I'm
you
like,
couldn't go to the bank and take out some more cash
Right.
before you
Why
took me
did you
out for
come on
dinner?
this date and advertise it as, I'm going to take you for a really nice dinner. You deserve it.
You deserve,
What kind of washer
you deserve
and dryer
to
does
pay
he
for a
have?
good dinner. You deserve
Washed
to
my
pay.
wallet? How is that even a thing?
Oh, I have my story. Let me tell you
Yeah.
my story. So it's a long time ago. It's like 10 years ago. I was working, and there was a guy who was really trying to date me, and I'm very difficult. Like, I'm the kind of girl. All I think about is business. All I think about is my career. So it's really hard for me to reply. I work on film, like everybody knows. I do a lot of projects, so I don't really answer the message that comes to me. Like, I will see a hey or whatever. I don't answer.
Right.
But this guy, he was cute. So I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, so I said yes. And then he said, okay, I'm going to get you, because I was working. He said, I'm going to come and get you at work. So I was like, oh yeah, that's so cool. And he was sexy. When he came, he was beautiful. He was tall. I think he was blonde, blue eyes, beautiful, like Bon Jovi type, you know, beautiful. Right. So we got into his car. He drove maybe 5 minutes, stopped in front of a motel, turned to me and said, do you have $30 for the motel?
Wow. No.
I said,
he wanted you to pay for it?
Exactly.
And
I said,
my wallet was washed.
I'm like, he wanted you to go to a hotel. You're like, he wanted you to pay for it?
Exactly. I said, Mondestin de tabarnak. This is French. Mondestin tabarnak, I think I'm going to go. So I just left the car, walked back to work.
Wow.
And then, I was so pissed. Because it was like sexy. I'm like, this guy's pretty cute.
And
wow.
He drove
that's
5 minutes, not even 10 minutes. Let maybe go to him. You know, like a very bad motel. You know,
see what I mean? French
so
flight.
sweet.
Yes.
You had to leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The motel was really crappy. It's like those old motel where
it was a nice
know what's
hotel.
going. Even if it was a nice hotel, I felt like I wanted to kill him. Like, but I was like, Sabine, just swear. I'm French Canadian.
Walk away,
it wasn't
girl,
Montreal,
walk
so
away.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I was like, walk away, don't kill the guy. Just go. Just go. Just
That's
go.
the thing. Is somebody you attracted to, you kind of give them the
Yes.
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And they get away with
Yes.
so much more when there's attraction
Yes.
involved. And then you're like, oh,
when
he
you
said
look
this
like
or
Bon
he-
Jovi.
But
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
But
Even if it looks like Bon Jovi, it wasn't
100%.
worth it.
No.
but at first,
Yeah.
you kind of, you're kind of like, okay, where are we
Yeah.
going
Not
with
worth
this?
it.
Until the last second, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
Did he
bad
just think
decision.
you would like go for
Maybe
it?
I should go home, put some Bon Jovi and like
And cry. Yeah.
Proof that looks are and everything, though, right?
Looks are
But
not
honestly,
everything.
you know what? There are guys that think that way. Like you talk about dick pics and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like I've had guys, and then I'm like,
I'm
why
pretty sure
are
you have a lot.
Why are you sending me this stuff? And they're like, oh, I thought you'd be into it. And
No.
it's like, why? Why?
No.
Because I post sexy pictures on, like, it just like they think they see that side of you,
Yeah.
and then they
Right.
make assumptions
Yeah.
that that's what you want. But
I'm
it's just
curious about the date you have, because I saw your pictures. You're beautiful, fabulous dancer. I'm just saying what I think. You're very
Yeah.
great. I saw your video of dancing, and
Thank you.
It's dancing. It's not stripping. It's dancing.
Yes.
But guys, I know how. I'm sorry. I
Yes.
don't want to be mean, but I know some guys, not all men, but
Of
some
course.
guys can be a little bit.
She's moving
a
in
little
a
bit.
certain
She's
way.
she's
Yeah.
moving. She's
Yeah.
sexy.
Her hips are.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Judging. They might
I'm
judge.
Curious,
Yeah,
I'm curious
100%.
what kind of date you have.
To be honest, so that's like a whole other thing. But I am a dancer. We are comfortable with our bodies, and I'm comfortable wearing, certain types of clothing that maybe not everybody is. And I show a side of myself that maybe not, a lot of people don't show on social media. However, that is one side of me and one
Yes.
side of me
Yeah.
only.
Yes.
And that doesn't define who I am. So now we have created our own stability in our lives and found our own independence. So it's obviously a good thing, but it is kind of part of the problem where I think that a lot of men see that as like, well, now you have your own job, you make your own money, you do your own things, you're a feminist, you're this, you're that, so why do I have to, pay for dinner or hold the door open for you or stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need that. My mother is the higher income earner in our family, but it's always my dad who puts down his credit card and pays for the meal. It's just like I don't know.
Yeah, it's
maybe I'm wrong in saying that, but it's just like it just shows class and courtesy, and I think that that's important. I don't know.
But we're not saying that the man has to pay for everything.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But if the man chase you,
yes,
like in my case, if he chase you, I don't know, they should do something more. Like, what if I chase a man, okay? And I invite him to have a coffee.
Yeah.
I think I will pay.
Yeah,
Because
same
I'm
here.
the
Because
one
I
asking
asked.
about-
Yeah.
Because
And
I'm
I'm
the one chasing after this guy.
And it
But I
makes
don't
the other-
chase. But what if I did?
And then that
Yeah,
gives them
yeah.
the excuse to sit back and do nothing because
Yeah.
they think that, okay, she's gonna chase, she's gonna
Yeah.
be the decision maker and do everything, and they can kind of just sit back.
This is funny, the door you just opened, because it's been said that men likes to chase. This is
Their
who they
animal
are.
instinct.
They like to chase, and women likes to be chased.
Yes,
You know, and now
and
it's-
pursued.
and pursue. And now it's all different. Now, like, I will not see myself chasing a man. Not that I don't respect men. It's just not me. It's just not
No.
me. Like, I'm ready to have cats. It's not for me.
It's definitely a hard
like that.
thing chasing the
Yeah.
guy. It is hard.
Did we cause this? Like, why is this happening?
Did we?
There shouldn't be a chase.
This
How
is a
come-
good question.
Why
I
can't
want
we just be
the
honest
people
with
who's
each
watching
other?
that to
Yeah.
answer this question. Did we did that to
Like-
ourselves?
like
I'm
me-
losing my English. Why?
Like me and Steven were honest with each other, you know? Like,
Yeah.
right
What do you
away.
think, Janna?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Did we cause it to
Yeah.
ourselves?
Yeah.
I think there's changes in not just the women's side. There's a
Yeah.
change in the men's side too. There's also the kind of where evolution coming with technology and so on. It's not just
Yeah.
just us.
After all this talk about love, I think we're ready for another bottle of wine. What do you think, girls?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cupid,
Yes.
bring us the wine.
We are spoiled.
So what are we drinking?
This is the Chardonnay California, and it has raspberries, and blueberries, and it has a finishing vanilla at the end.
Oh my
Perfect.
god. Finishing vanilla. Yes.
Perfect.
So please,
Fabulous.
fill up the cups.
Yes.
I might switch to French.
I guess
She might switch to Russian.
Russian,
She
yeah.
might switch to what?
I'll switch to Italian.
Yes.
There we go.
I know
International
3
crowd.
words in Italian.
I'll switch it to love.
Oh.
That's all you need to
What
know.
does love sound like?
It's a lot of mating in the forest. In the forest. In the forest.
Mating in the forest.
Something like you also have
That is love. Is that how it sounds? Different sounds.
this more like that, yeah. More of the tone, yeah.
It's in the forest.
It's my love sounds like more 10 p.m. The voice gets deeper. Yeah. So the 10 p.m. voice comes in and like hello, right? And the whispering, right? Yeah.
Okay, good.
He has a technique, ladies.
Yes.
There's something going on here.
Wait, did you call it the 10 p.m.
The
voice?
10 p.m. voice.
Okay,
yeah.
like come 10 p.m. You're like Cinderella, but like
And
not
the-
Yes.
midnight.
Yes, and the voice changes and the words changes too. It's more like.
yet? I don't ever watch.
And I will call you little things like sweetheart, honey.
Okay.
And then maybe put some.
Do it on camera,
Maybe
sweetheart.
put some Persian into some Azizan, my sweetheart. Juna.
Like that.
10 p.m. the sweethearts and the lower voice comes
And
out.
lower
Good
voice.
to know.
Right.
Okay, let's pretend it's 10 p.m. How
Yeah.
would you do it?
Oh, hello.
Love it.
How are you?
Good, Cupid.
Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Happy talking.
I'll be talking,
Yes.
talking about
Good
love.
talk.
Ooh, baby.
An important thing to mention is just because I did see a video about this, the invention of the birth control pill, and how that changed things for women. There was a sexual revolution, right? Women in the past were so repressed. They weren't allowed to express themselves sexually or be sexual beings. So now it's like suddenly we can be that. So I feel like that has played a big factor as well. So we are still in control. Women will always have the power. That's the thing. But it's like we have to set the boundaries of what we allow and what we don't allow and how we want to be treated.
Yeah. And it's
I
more
think.
acceptable now. Like,
Exactly.
remember when a guy goes around and hooks up with a bunch of girls? Oh, he's a player. Good on
Yeah,
you.
good.
And a girl does it. Smart. Right away.
Yeah.
Names.
Right,
You know,
absolutely.
and
Yes.
so that,
I think
that
that's
was the,
changing.
That's
Yeah.
yes, very much
Yes,
so. Very
totally.
much.
It's changing, but I feel that right now, life is changing because it's becoming more and more conservative. I don't know
More
why.
conservative.
Yes, especially in the States.
Even
I
with
don't
Cardi
know in
B.
Canada.
Cardi B.
No, I'm not talking about Cardi B. Cardi B, no. No, but I feel like there's a certain side saying that women should be all respectful and everything, but I think that men and women love sex.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
we all here
It's in our
because someone
nature.
had
It's
sex. I'm
natural.
sorry, but we gotta say
Absolutely.
it.
It's good
My-
for the health.
Yeah, my parents had sex. That's why I'm here talking. You know,
Yeah.
you know. But that's one thing, but I still feel there is a stigma.
Absolutely.
You know, when you say I'm not talking about being an nymphomaniac. I'm just saying enjoying men's body or women's body,
Right.
whatever what you like. But it is not good. Like, let's say if I decided to post on my Facebook, I love sex. You know?
Yeah.
You know how many people would
Yes.
criticize you,
Exactly.
talk
Right.
about you behind your back.
Exactly.
They would say,
Exactly.
did someone take over her
Yeah.
social media? Who
Right.
wrote that?
Yeah.
Could she have written that? Why is she writing that?
Exactly.
But we
a
all
man will
do.
say that. A man will say, "I love sex."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
player,
yes,
me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
there's like Hooters and all kinds of, you know, for men.
I am thinking about opening a Hooter.
or peckers. They say
a
peckers.
a pecker, or a Hooter, but only one. Anyways,
peckers.
I don't know how I'm gonna call it. It just came here, you know. But Hooters exist
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
men like to watch women.
Yes.
But we do like to look at men.
Yeah,
Right.
I like to look
There
at
you go.
women. I think women look fantastic. If I
Exactly.
see a woman post
Yes.
her butt, her boobs,
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
you know what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
You look amazing.
Yeah.
Do it. Like,
Yeah.
celebrate your body.
exactly.
Yeah.
But not a lot of women will be. I don't know. Some women are so insecure with that when they see other women,
They judge you.
They judge
They're
you.
not supportive.
Instead of working
That's
on
right.
themselves, they end up
Yeah,
disrespecting or
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. No.
And that's not to say that everybody should be posting pictures of their bodies and, you know, and their boobs and whatnot. But
No.
it's like, you shouldn't be judging if other people are doing that and they are doing it because they respect themselves and, you know,
Exactly.
they're okay with it. Then, and you're happy in your own life if you are more conservative or whether
And
you
it's
are or you're
okay
not.
to be conservative.
Yes, it's
That's
totally
really
okay.
okay.
But it's not okay to be judging other people.
No.
just look
because-
elsewhere.
Yeah.
If you don't like something you see, just like what you know,
Or
with
unfollow.
Yeah.
unfollow.
It's
You can always
live
unfollow.
and let live. That's
Yeah.
always what I say. Live and let live.
Right.
I
That
like
means
that.
if I like that, if I want to showcase my
Yeah.
body and the way,
That's your
just
choice.
let me
Yeah.
live. Just let
Right.
me be. I'm not showing my body because I want attention from men.
Right,
Like,
yes.
It
It's
makes you feel
empowering.
good. And
We
you're not
celebrate.
harming. You're not harming
Celebrate.
anybody.
Yeah.
You're not
Sometimes
going
I take a picture. I'm like, yeah, baby, I look good.
Yeah, you feel
Yeah.
good and gives you more motivation and more confidence, and you do something that follows to something else that you're like, okay, I feel good about myself today. I'm gonna go further with achieving something.
Exactly.
It does. It's
Right.
just an internal confidence that helps
Exactly.
a woman. And
There's nothing wrong
it's always
with
been like
fulfilling your
looks
needs.
have always been a part of a woman's
Exactly.
brain. Like our brains are different, you know, men and women. So
Yeah.
you know,
We went so far from online.
oh yeah. Oh, it's too late.
But we have so much to talk about,
Yes.
and it's hard to follow a line when there is wine
Yes.
and cheese and chocolate. Now I need to go to the gym.
I'll
But
meet you there tomorrow.
I have some funny questions
Okay.
to ask you. And I didn't tell you about the question because I want to see your reaction.
Ooh.
But here's the first question.
Okay.
When you're in a relationship, how long do you wait before you start farting?
Wait.
Sometimes we
Sleeping
don't.
or
We are
awake?
human. Say no
Sleeping
more.
or awake?
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. You.
That's so funny. Oh my god. I think I wait a while. I'm like, yeah.
So what do? You just explode? You know it's not good to keep your
It's
fart.
bad to keep it in.
It is.
It's harmful.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes it just comes out.
And you open the window or
You walk away.
different oil.
What about you?
So in the past, I used to think, and I'm in my 30s now, I used to think in my 20s, I'm so like open, where you love me for me, I'm gonna fart everywhere. You know what? That kills the romance. So now I try not to, but then I fall asleep and it's like I've been holding it all night, and I think it probably comes out in my sleep.
So, in front of your man?
I don't purposely anymore in front of anyone. I try to walk away, do it in the bathroom, but I get like nervous and I hold it in, and then I'm sure I fart in front of them in my sleep. So as soon as we have a sleepover, I'm sure I'm farting.
Yeah. What about you?
We have farting competitions. I think that's what happened.
When that started.
Yes. You know, I think, you know, when you realize, when you guys love each other so much and you're so comfortable with each other, you're just thinking of ways to entertain each other. So we have farting competitions. And I mean, I really try my best to outdo him, but he just always, you know,
and the guys
he gets me right there.
That is true love.
That's true love.
Yeah. What about you?
And then the guys are like, I'm proud of it.
What about you?
I don't know. For me, it's always been like a sense, not like it's ladylike to me.
Yeah.
So I don't think not enough time passes. That I don't think I ever fart in front of a guy.
Fart, right?
Well, I probably do in my sleep, like you mentioned.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, but overall, like I don't know why I'm so conscious of it. Even going to the bathroom in front of the guy.
But what if it just
if I get out?
Sometimes it just get out. Sometimes.
And then
There's no control.
Then you just pretend it wasn't you. It didn't happen. You were like in denial.
Not me. It was the dog.
It wasn't
I don't have a dog. Yeah, it was your
cooking?
ghost dog. You had a dog at one point. It passed.
like
I'm
the
psychic.
song,
Your
wasn't
dog
me.
farted.
Yeah.
Your ghost
Wasn't
dog
me.
farted.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Ghost in the house.
So you will wait, all of you. You will.
That's a long
I
time waiting,
I
guys.
do
That's
try to
not
wait.
helping. Guys, it's not helping.
Sorry, I gotta go check something. You know.
But what if it
There's
just
a
get
way.
out? Sometimes it just get out.
I want to be in a relationship where I can free fart.
Oh, so you
Men,
want to be
Hashtag free fart. Free fart.
Men,
Free
if
fart.
you are out there watching, please know women shit. Women fart.
No.
Let's just make that known, and no more hiding.
We're all human.
Never.
free fart.
Hashtag free fart.
Hashtag free the fart.
Free the fart. I love it. I'm farting right now. Okay, so I have another question for you.
All right.
Okay, you know you're having a date and it doesn't go well. It's really a bad date. The guy or the girl is so boring. You don't know what to do. How do you escape your date? What do you do? I have my own experience. I know how, but I'm curious how you escape a bad date. Starting with you. Starting with you now. Starting with you.
No.
No.
Let's switch it up.
Yeah, switch it up. No, let's switch it up.
Well, if you don't really have any kind of commitment, are you in the middle of the dinner or?
So do you like? No, you're in the middle of dinner. The guy's like,
Okay.
and you're like,
How hungry are you? You finished.
So you're talking with the guy. So what do you do? I do IT.
Another drink, please.
And you like, and
Martini.
and you're like, oh my god, I am gonna die. This guy or girl is so boring. And do you escape the date or do you stay here and just
absolutely.
listen to the guy? Or some guys are like, blah blah blah, and I did this and I did that and I did this and I did that and I am the king of this and I am the king of that. How do you escape that date? Me, I will never stay. Do you stay in that date? Do you endure that pain of being with someone so boring? You know what
You know now. Would I cut if I'm really bored at the date? I'm not gonna. If I'm having dinner, of course I'm gonna finish my dinner. But if the person's boring me,
Especially if it's the other
kind of
one
like
paying.
nod
Right.
and smile, zone out. What?
Especially if it's the other one paying. You
Yeah.
finish
So
your-
why? I'm not paying. We said I'm paying. No. But yeah, you kind of go along with if you got a trip plan, which it's not gonna happen obviously with somebody you're not interested in. So it's usually a short date. Right? So you're like, okay, I'm out of here. I got some things to do. So you don't feel bad or guilty. I'm sorry. It's not like the person's not able to get home or wherever they're going.
Yeah.
So if you got it short, you're not interested. That's okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, for those that know me, I'm gonna cut it. I'm just gonna cut it off saves me the trouble,
Right.
saves you the trouble. It's just not gonna work out, you know? I mean, especially if the guy's being a douchebag. Why do I even want to sit there and continue? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just go home. But I mean, if it's working out.
What about the food? The food is here.
Don't walk away from food.
But again,
never.
it comes to that part we talked about, fright or flight.
Yeah.
Some people out there, you meet them, especially the online, you think they're normal and okay, but they're psychotic. Like I'm pretty sure.
How sharp's the knife?
I'm pretty sure that I have met rapists, pedophiles, murderers. And we all have. I'm pretty sure.
I did.
Right? So fright or fright, ladies, just go.
No,
If it's not working out, just go.
What about you,
The
Trish?
educational.
When it's a first date, I do this, I'm a people pleaser, so when I first meet people, I'm really afraid of hurting their feelings, so I will stick out the date, and I hate that about myself. I sit there and I'm like, just go, and I can't. So I stay, but recently an ex came over and I wasn't feeling it, so I purchased him. I looked it up on at Uber or Lyft, and it was like $35 to send him home, and I just wasn't feeling it, and he wanted to have sex with me, and I was like, I'm not having sex with you, so I called him a Lyft or an Uber, and I was like, you're out.
You send him.
Here's your ride.
Like
Even then,
I ate
then
the
it's
$35
nice
to
of
get rid of that guy.
And that you arranged a ride.
I love it. I love
But
it.
he was
arranged
an
a
ex, and I
ride.
felt comfortable. Whereas, like,
Right.
first date, I'll sit there through
Yeah.
the dinner.
Yeah.
I can't walk away. I feel too rude.
So you send him back like a pizza, like go back.
Go back.
So
Thank,
nice
thank
of
you.
that you
Next.
arranged it.
Thank you. Next. And what
Yeah.
about you?
You know what? Life is short. I have come to realize that. I am a very polite person. I will give people the benefit of the doubt for sure. I'm like you. I like to people please. You know, like you said, during dinner, I will have the dinner, enjoy some drinks. But then, you know, you just cut it off at the end of the night. Just
Yeah.
plain
Yes.
and simple. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know, this isn't working out. So...
Do you say
Yeah.
that, though? Because I would just be like, I have to go to bed. I
Yeah.
have to wake
Oh,
up
yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'll call
same.
you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's the first date. You haven't like established anything with
Yeah,
them.
you don't owe
really.
them anything.
Yeah, you
No
don't owe
strings
them
attached.
anything.
Exactly.
That's
There's
the
no
thing.
strings
attached,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I think for the first month, you don't owe anyone anything. You're just getting
No.
to know
Exactly.
each
You
other
don't
for the
owe-
first
yeah.
little.
Yeah.
And you never owe anyone,
Yeah.
but
and it's
Yeah,
like why drag it out when it's not working right off the bat?
Yeah,
right.
so
But
you
like
do
they
this,
say
stick it
now,
out,
you
but
don't
then-
set boundaries about relationships. It's certain relationships. Then there's no boundaries about how you break up either, because you're like, it makes it easier in a sense, because there's no,
Exactly.
are we exclusive or are we not?
Exactly.
And so if you don't set those boundaries, you kind of softly disappear.
yeah,
If you're-
softly
Yeah.
disappear. I like that.
Yes. But what I have decided is that because I don't like being ghosted myself, because it's happened to all of us,
Yeah.
I'm sure. So it's like, I would prefer not to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just
And
like,
I've done
when
it,
it's,
it's not
because
nice,
I've actually
yeah.
like called people back that I've ghosted before and been like,
Have
you know, like, yeah,
Yes.
just
Yeah.
because, like,
Yeah.
it happened to me, and I
That's
was
nice
like, you know
of
what?
you.
It's
That's
not,
really nice of you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
nice.
I'm
It's
not
kind of
that nice.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
it's
I'm not that
closure.
nice.
It's that.
Yes.
It's almost like for yourself,
Yes.
is that like guilty feeling or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I got some phone calls to make.
Same here.
So now we are coming to the end, but before I have a question, and it's gonna be a yes or no question.
Okay.
Starting with Alina.
All right.
Do we still believe in love in 2019?
Absolutely. I still always
Absolutely.
have that hope. Yeah.
Yes? Trish?
I believe in love. It's just really hard
Mm-hmm.
to find and keep.
And what about you, Alina?
I believe
I
in
mean-
love. I do.
You
it's,
do?
It's out there, ladies and men. So you just gotta hang in there.
Hang in there.
Hang in there. And always be confident, because people will notice that you are confident, you like yourself, you are beautiful inside and out. And when you least expect it, you will meet the love of your life.
What about you, my love?
Absolutely. Love and kindness always perseveres wars and
Yeah.
right?
So
we all want our hearts warm and seeking for.
So love is still possible in 2019, even after Tinder, Instagram, Facebook. So on that note, we are gonna stop the show. It's the end. We have no choice. We have to stop it. If you have any comment, if you wanna say something about what we just talked about, please do leave a comment. If it's a mean comment, we're not gonna answer because we do not care. But if it's nice, we are gonna answer. And you can even tell us what's the next subject you want us to talk about. We are here, beautiful girl, smart, intelligent, and we are open to explore any subject you want us to do. So please leave some comment and bye.
And do you believe in love?
Yeah, and do you believe in love? Yes, exactly.
We want to hear your stories.
Also,
we do.
if you want to take It's not a wedding ring.
It's not a wedding ring. It's not a wedding ring.